G'day viewers, I'm at my partner's car today. Well, it's actually my car. I got it brand new back in 2002 as an insurance payout for my brand new 2001 model Corolla that got written off and had 3,000 kilometres on it. Just a bit alarmed at the moment. It's never used oil in the whole time I've had it, but it was about halfway down the dipstick. I haven't checked it since I changed oil last about 8,000 k's ago, but it's never used oil, so I've never checked it. But I'm getting ready to go on a quick trip out of town today and thought I'd give it a quick go. It's always used a little bit of coolant, but I just top it up. It's maybe 50 mils at a time, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Can't find any leaks. It's probably just burning some. It's only got 88,000 kilometres on it, but my father had it for a couple of years when I was away from home, and I know between 30,000 kilometres and 55,000 it didn't have any sort of maintenance done on it. So, and I changed it at 60,000 when I realised it hadn't been in for a service. I'll probably buy the stuff to service it today because it hasn't got long to go. Yeah, it's been a very good car. Only thing under the bonnet I've actually changed, apart from the essentials like oil and that, is the battery. It's never let us down. But these belts, I changed that one myself. They're an absolute pain in the butt. That's to say it nicely. You've got to somehow work in behind there. And the belt wasn't cheap either. I think it was close to $80. Spark plugs, they're not too bad, but you've got to remove each separate ignition module that are under the covers there, and the spark plug's halfway down in the head, but I had the right socket, so that wasn't a drama. So yeah, we'll see how it goes on this trip today, and I'll get back. I think this is the very first of the newer shape Corollas. My first brand new car, the older shape one, I bought that as a run-out model in 01, or start of 02, and this one was made in December of 01, so, and then it was complianced in January of 02. It was the very first of what they brought out. This has the 1ZZ FE engine in it, and the one I had before that had a 7A FE in it. They're both 1.8 litres. I think the 7A was a 88 kilowatt from memory, can't remember that. This is supposed to be 100 kilowatt with variable valve timing and all sorts of lovely shit to fail. Well, engine wise this car's been pretty darn good. The interior lets it down a bit. It's already got a hole worn in the carpet when it hasn't done much kilometres. The interior to me is just very plasticky, but I didn't really get a choice when I got this car. I got it before I got on my L's. I was always been driven around by my father. I just had a lot of money up my sleeve while I was at school because I was always selling things and buying things and that. Working my arse off to get this sort of things, but all in all it basically does its job, so, and it's lasted okay so far. We didn't even get 5 minutes out of town. We had to come back because someone forgot to take something with us that we had to drop back to Big W because it didn't fit. But it's up to temperature now. It doesn't overheat at all, but the coolant does need doing, so I'm going to buy some today. The coolant in the radiator is brown for whatever reason. I'm pretty sure that the Toyota coolant that they filled it up with, probably when it was new, because it missed its major 40,000 k service, and I only done a quick rough job at the 80,000 k one. Done the belts, the oil, spark plugs, but I forgot to do the coolant, fuel filter and air filter. I haven't done those yet. But I'm pretty sure the Toyota coolant changes colour when it's worn, because I've seen it in a couple of similar cars. So we'll grab some new coolant today, and yeah, we'll swap that over tonight, hopefully. Just stopped for a nice healthy breakfast now. About 55 k's away from home, and it's decided it's going to rain. I've got some shopping to do over here today, and then hopefully we'll be able to get into some work on this car today or this weekend. We'll see how we go. could have smashed your foot down.
I did.
Oh. Not as hard as I do.
I was doing 110.
Oh.
I put my foot down and it just felt like there was just no speed there.
Don't worry about her, she just drives like a bit of a bitch. Yeah, put your foot down. Means doing 0 to 100 in about 3 minutes to her, so. We're almost home now. I got the coolant. That was about $40 odd worth. I didn't get the Castrol stuff. I found something that was about $5 cheaper. It was made by Rico Chem, so that seems like a half decent brand. So I'll swap that over this afternoon once it cools down. I'm back at home now. I pulled the engine cover off. I can't find any bleeding plugs, so I'm just going to drain it out via the tap down at the bottom there and take the cap off and fill it back up. But I don't think it's going to need the system bled with a bit of luck. Don't go much on these hose clamps. It's pretty cheap and nasty. I like the worm drive ones myself, but that's just whatever the factory fitted. Alright, let's get this shit draining out. Well, I'm filling it back up again now. That's the old stuff that come out. Ignore the oil that's in it, that's just from my drain pan. No oil came out at all. Still looks nice and red, but for some reason up at the radiator cap it was dark brown, so maybe there was a bit of shit up there. Yeah, I've just got to start it up now and try and flush out any bubbles and that are in it. Slowly but surely the little air bubbles are coming out. I think the tappets might need adjusting on it soon. There is a specification in the manual for it, so I might have to do those soon. Might just be noisy injectors though. Oh, there we go. Just got to top it up again. Right, we'll go for a quick test drive now. Heater's definitely working again, so well, it's not like it had stopped before, but it's got the coolant through to there. Turn that off. I'm just going to take it for, give it a few revs to try and flush through any air bubbles. I like older cars better because they're a lot easier to work on, a lot less bloody particular. Filthy fucking bastard up here. He's got hay on his trailer. He's dropping all over the fucking road. We'll go down here, I think. Shit ass roads at the moment. A lot of them been washed away from the rains we had, and then no one's done anything to start fixing them yet, because they're more worried about putting in new fucking footpaths down the main street for starters, which there was nothing wrong with old ones. It's running a little bit cooler than it was. It used to go just over half, so maybe the old coolant had lost some of its efficiency or whatever, but alright. Okay, so job's done now. I'd imagine be 9-year-old coolant I got out was roughly over 3 litres, or roughly under 3 litres, sorry. And I got in about roughly 3 litres, so give or take 50 mils. I spilled a little bit of the old stuff, and a little bit more than 3 litres went in. I've got the same amount back in that I got out, so it didn't overheat at all. I ended up going for about 5-6 kilometre drive, and most of that was at around the 100k mark, so if it's going to overheat, it'll probably do it on our next trip to Griffith, but all in all I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, thanks for watching.